Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. We just hit 29.3k subscribers. Can we get to 30k? Please like this video down below and hit the subscribe button before we get started. However, today we are going to be doing a presidential election prediction. It seems like Joe Biden is going to be the nominee for the Democrats, and right now, probably he's going to pick Stacey Abrams for VP. That's been in the works for arguably a couple of years now. Actually, just about over a year now, he's been talking about picking her. She's the biggest sore loser in the history of politics. She claims she lost because of suppression, even though that myth has been debunked many times, including here on my channel consistently. I've done several videos about it. But at the end of the day, we're going to do this prediction. Donald Trump is going to be the Republican nominee. He's winning the Republican primaries by unprecedented record numbers, way better than Obama 2012. His enthusiasm is up. In some states, it's almost topping Democrats in swing states, and we're going to get to that in a second. So without further ado, we're going to start to fill out this map. We're going to fill out all of the red states first, the non-competitive states. This includes Utah, where Donald Trump did very, very, very well in his primary, getting roughly 90% of the vote in the primary in a state where he got, I believe, around 10% back in 2016. A lot of the Mormon voters not too kind to Trump before, even many voting for McMullen. However, they come home against somebody Mitt Romney basically endorsed in Bill Weld, so that's a good thing because Trump has proven himself as a conservative to these people. Idaho's going to go for Trump. Wyoming's going to go for Trump. Montana is going to go for Trump as well as the Dakotas and the state of Nebraska. Nebraska's 2nd district, however, I'm going to put this in the lean column. I believe it's going to lean in favor of Donald Trump. However, it's still going to go to the president, probably by 3 to 4 percentage points, similar to last time, maybe by a little bit more than last time. We'll have to know. We'll have to look at the polls there leading up to the election. Kansas will go to Trump, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, and Missouri, as well as South Carolina and Alaska, as well as Maine's 2nd district will go to him safe, and the state of Ohio will continue to trend in the Trump column and go to him safe. It's not going to be competitive. No money should be spent in the state of Ohio in this election cycle. Similar thing with Iowa, and we'll get to Iowa when we do the likely states for the Republicans. However, let's do the Democrats. California, Washington, Vermont, Massachusetts, New York State, Illinois, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, because Biden. If it was Bernie, Delaware could be toss-up. And by the way, Rhode Island's going to be very, very close. It's going to get closer. It might be an 11-point win for Joe Biden, but definitely 2024, 2028, Rhode Island, Delaware very well could turn to swing states. And I think Republicans are going to flip the Senate in the state Senate for Delaware. At the local level, because they only need a couple more seats to flip it. I very well think they could. They have good candidates running in several districts. They very well could get it done. So now let's go to the likely Republican states for Donald Trump. It's looking, we forgot Hawaii. We always forget Alaska, Hawaii, they're down there. We sometimes forget those states to fill them out. However, Donald Trump's likely states, it's going to start with the state of Iowa. Iowa is a big likely state. I think it could go to Trump in a safe column. However, I do think it's probably going to go to him by roughly 8 or 9 percentage points, roughly around the same that it went for him last time. Some people say the trade deal is going to hurt him. And the trade war is going to hurt him, but honestly, the trade war could help him because the recent Farm Journal poll, so you have the left, they say the farmers don't like Trump. Recent Farm Journal poll shows Trump's approval with farmers is the highest it's been in the history of his presidency, and he's gotten trade deals done. So I do not think Iowa's going to be competitive. I don't trust early polls. Even the polls leading up to the general election last time, Trump was up by, what are you up in Ohio? 3. Where do you win it by? What are you up in Iowa by? 4. What do you win it by? 9. So you can't necessarily trust the polls completely at the level. Similar thing with Wisconsin, which Trump wasn't even in the margin of error, and the state of Minnesota, which he very well could win this time around too. Don't forget about the state of Texas. I think Texas will be in the likely column. Republicans in Texas. Trump turned out 2 million voters for him. All the Dems combined turned out 2.3 million, and it was a very competitive race. And it doesn't matter. And it looks like Biden being the nominee may cause those Latino voters who usually don't turn out to stay home. similar to what he did in 2016, except the Latino turnout for Bernie was much higher this time around, so Bernie expanded his base to the Latinos. However, with Biden at the top of the ticket, you might see a little bit of a voter decline in interest in certain parts of the state, and you saw that bellwether district that Joe Biden said, we're going to win, we're going to win. The Republican goes out there and wins it by 16 points. It's a bellwether for the state. Last time when Trump won the state by 9, that district went red by 9. Now it goes red by 16 in a special election. Is Trump going to win Texas by 16? No, but it's still a red state, and he's probably going to win it by 7 points. Now we must do the likely blue states. The likely blue states, these are very key. The state of Virginia. Virginia is going to be a likely blue state. Joe Biden is the establishment. He should have no problems winning Virginia by roughly 7 to 8 points. He's an establishmentarian candidate. However, the Bernie bro turnout drop-off is going to be even bigger this time in the state of Oregon. Trump will make narrow inroads in the state of Oregon. He'll lose it by something like 9 instead of 10, which is going to move it from the safe D column to the likely D column off of a technicality. So Oregon is going into the likely D column. Now it is time to fill out the likely or the lean R states at hand here. Number 1, we are going to start with the state of Arizona. Arizona is going to go Republican in the lean column, in my opinion. I think it's going to go to Trump by 2 to 3 points. Biden is a better candidate for Arizona. However, you see this with the young Latino turnout. They're liking Bernie. Maybe not too keen on Biden. I don't think they're going to have the great turnout rates, and Trump's going to campaign very hard in the area of Phoenix, in the Phoenix and Tucson metro areas. He's going there. He's doing rallies. He seems popular. I definitely think that Mark Kelly very well could win the Senate seat there. However, I do believe that Donald Trump is going to win the state of Arizona when it's all said and done. Same thing with Georgia. Georgia's going to be very close, especially with Stacey Abrams on the ticket. Black turnout could be a little bit higher than it was last time around. However, I don't think it's going to be enough to make a difference. I definitely believe that Stacey Abrams is pretty unpopular in certain parts of the state as well, and it could draw up turnout against her. So for that record alone, I definitely think that Donald Trump is going to be able to go out there and win the state of Georgia. Florida as well. Florida, Donald Trump's home state in the state of Florida. I think Donald Trump is going to go out there and he is going to win the state of Florida. That's going to be big for him as well moving forward. He's going to win Florida. He's already at 245 electoral votes. We haven't even filled out the tilt states in Trump's column yet. He's already doing fairly well. And also, we cannot forget the state of North Carolina. I think Trump is going to win it by roughly 3 to 4 points again. He'll carry Tom Tillis by the skin of his teeth. And by the way, the lieutenant governor is going to win. I believe his name is Mark Robinson, the lieutenant governor in North Carolina candidate. Very good candidate. I think he's going to be able to pull off North Carolina. And maybe Dan Forrest is going to lose narrowly. I don't think Dan Forrest is going to beat Roy Cooper, because Roy Cooper is seen as a moderate to a certain percentage of voters, whether it's the truth or not. So that's that for that matter. Wisconsin is the last one. Actually, there's one more. Wisconsin's going to put him to 270. I think Wisconsin, with the support in the rural areas, with a lot of Bernie bros not going to turn out for Biden in places like Madison and Milwaukee, you're definitely going to see Wisconsin go in the Republican column. Definitely the DNC kind of shot themselves in the foot by picking Milwaukee, because it's going to be violent. There's going to be riots, and that's going to turn people off, similar to what happened in Philadelphia last time, except this time it very well could be on a much, much wider scale. So obviously, we cannot forget the state of New Hampshire. New Hampshire, I think, is going to lean in Trump's column. Bernie's not going to be on the ticket. You know, Bernie's popular in New Hampshire. The twin state thing, this, that, and the other thing. I think Bernie could probably do better in New Hampshire than Biden. Trends are going to be taken into account. Trump's holding big rallies in New Hampshire. I think New Hampshire's going to flip into the Republican column. Trump only lost it by 3,000 votes last time around. So there's that for that matter. Obviously, on the Democrat side, Trump doing very well in Colorado in terms of the turnout and registration. He's got a great ad running in Colorado. I think Colorado is going to be a 4-point win for Biden or so. It's definitely not going to be good, because Bernie Sanders' base is in Colorado, definitely more than anything else. Biden did very poorly in the primary there. I think a little bit of that's going to carry over to the general election, because Coloradans turned out very big for Donald Trump, so he definitely still has a key, strong support base there, and Trump could do better in the state of Colorado even than he did last time around. Similar effect with the Latinos you're going to see in the state of New Mexico that you're going to see in western Texas. Trump's policies, he has a lot of policies to tout for New Mexico. He's done a lot for their economy. New Mexico in particular, he's going to get the Gary vote out. The Gary vote's going to come home. He's not going to win the state, but he's going to make it closer. However, he will win Nevada. in the tilt column, in my opinion. Voter registration data. Look at voter registration data for the past couple years or so. Going to look very good for the Republicans. Similar thing in 2018, it voted to the right of the country. Since 2008, it's actually been trending in the opposite direction as the state of Arizona, and the scientific trend will continue, and Trump will go to Las Vegas, he'll go to Reno, he'll win Reno's county, he might do a little bit better in Clark County as well, and at the end of the day, he's going to win the state of Nevada. Michigan is another state he's going to win again, in my opinion, as well. Michigan is definitely a state that he has a lot of accomplishments for as well. Michigan, definitely, he's coming back here. He kept his promise to the Rust Belt. He brought manufacturing jobs back, and that's very important, and a very important thing a lot of people living in Michigan care about. I mean, this is a place that could, if anything, trend redder. John James in the Senate race there is going to help him. They're going to carry each other to the finish line in the state of Michigan. I forgot to give Maine's 1st district to Joe Biden. Joe Biden is going to win Maine's 1st district. Trump is going to win the state of Maine at large. Definitely, he's going to win it very, very narrowly. The trend will continue. It's not going to show up in the polls. It's going to be a big shocker. It's going to sneak up on a lot of people, and he's going to be able to win the state of Maine. And Susan Collins is going to hold her seat. She's going to hold it very narrowly by around 4 percentage points, but she's going to hold her seat at the end of the day. So for the states of Minnesota and the state of Pennsylvania, these are two states that are very key. Pennsylvania is largely considered ground zero for Trump's reelection. Again, if he gets all the 260 firewall, and Wisconsin, he's at 270, but you can't not expect these electors to defect if he gets 270. You got to get out and vote. The prediction's not enough. You watch the prediction, you stay home, you don't vote. It doesn't do Trump any good. He's going to lose. You're going to make me look bad. You're going to make everybody look bad. So you got to get out and vote. Especially in the state of Pennsylvania. It's going to be very tight. It's going to be very narrow. That's why you got to get out and vote. But I do think that with Trump, Biden basically pissed off all the coal miners. People are saying, oh, it's his home state. It's not his home state. He lived in Pennsylvania for less years than Hillary Clinton lived in. Hillary Clinton drove up the turnout in Philadelphia. She campaigned there more than Trump, contrary to popular belief, and she lost the state to Trump because Trump turned out Western Pennsylvania. Western Pennsylvania is going to turn its back on Biden because Biden turned its back on Western Pennsylvania. And Trump is going to deliver the state of Pennsylvania in his column. This leaves the state of Minnesota. Minnesota is a state that many people are saying Trump could actually pick up, and I believe Trump is going to pick up Minnesota. He's going to win Minnesota. He's going to take Minnesota. Obviously, I think 38% of Bernie bros or something like that say they're not going to vote depending on who the nominee is. So that's definitely a good thing for moving forward. Definitely snuck up on a lot of people that Biden actually won the state in the primary, but he only got 35% of the vote. Just because you win a state in the primary doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win it in the general election. However, turnout levels really can tell, and you have a lot of Bernie bros there. A lot of the most rabid people, the Ilhan Omar people, they're not going to turn out for either candidate, honestly, in my opinion. So moving forward, Trump is going to win. He has defeated Joe Biden 328 to 210, and he has 4 more years to keep America great and to continue making it great again. Definitely got a lot of unfinished business, got things to do on healthcare and stuff like that. Hopefully he can get it done. Also, why you got to get out and vote for Republicans in the Senate and Republicans in the House. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like this video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media, join the Discord, join the subreddit, donate to the Patreon, links in description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle, out.